Welcome to your super quick full body stretch. This is one of my favorite routines for when I know I have a busy day, but I still want to make sure I get some movement in my body, open up any tight spots, and get my day going. So you can do this as often as you would like. It's nice and quick, fit that in whenever you have time, and hopefully you will enjoy this as much as I do. So we're gonna start with just opening up through our neck. So we're just gonna roll up those shoulders really quick. I want you to really focus on rolling those shoulder blades down the back, lengthening the crown of your head. So you don't have to be seated the way that I am here. You can be seated cross-legged. You can even start sitting on a chair if you want. So just see if you can loosen up through those shoulders, shake out through those hands. And then from here, draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. And we wanna see if we can keep our shoulders level. Notice that we're not dropping into one side of our body here as we find our stretch. And you should be feeling that stretch at the side of your neck right here. If you're feeling pretty good here, let's start to draw some lines. Bringing our nose down towards our shoulder and then drawing it up towards the sky. And start slow, especially if this is really the first movement that you've done in your day. We want to be gentle with our bodies. Just getting a little bit of movement. If this feels good, let's draw some circles instead of a line. So we're just going to draw that circle here, and you should start to feel the stretch move. Not just staying at the side of the neck, but it should kind of move towards the front of your neck. And if there's a spot that you feel it more, you can hold there a little longer before you come back. Take a nice deep breath through your nose, and let's come back to center. Whew, just take a moment to notice how much longer one side feels than the other. Let's do the other side. Dropping your left ear towards your left shoulder without dropping the shoulders. So keeping those shoulders nice and level. Sitting up tall. Taking those deep breaths. And if it feels good, let's draw those not horizontal, vertical lines up and down. On this side, you might feel it differently in terms of your tight spots. So it's okay if it feels different. We all have sort of dominant or favored sides. So it's just noticing how it feels on our body as we ease into it every time. It can feel different day by day. And let's draw some circles here now. Still keeping your neck relatively tilted to the side. We're just drawing these circles, and then see if you can bring that stretch from the side of your neck now to the front of your neck. For me, I feel it a lot when I look sort of diagonally up. And once again, you can move a little slower through those tight spots. Go for one more big deep breath. Side out, and bring your head back to neutral, giving your shoulders a little quick wiggle. Interlace the fingers together and just give your wrists a quick roll out. We're gonna come onto the ground, situate yourself and find a child's pose. We're gonna draw the knees wide, the big toes together, bring your hips towards your heels, and then walk your hands forward along the mat. And draw your forehead towards the ground, and then soften your shoulders with a big sigh out. Notice your chest melting in towards the ground. Maybe at this point, you can close your eyes or just relax the gaze. Here we want to feel an opening through our hips. We want to feel a softening in through the chest and the shoulders. See if you can walk the fingertips a little farther away from you to lengthen through the arms, the sides of your body, and your spine. And to get a bit of some more space within our side of our bodies and within that rib cage, we're going to walk our fingertips towards the right side of our mat. Reach your hips towards the left heel. And again, take that sigh out. And bring the chest nice and heavy towards the ground. It might not fully touch the ground. We want to stay heavy. We want to try not to fight ourselves in this stretch. And by opening up the side body, later on, we might find it easier to take those deep breaths. You should be feeling the stretch from sort of where your armpit is all the way down towards the hip. Let's walk our hands towards the other side. Again, drawing those hips towards your
heels, this time a bit more towards that right heel as the hands are over towards the left. Soften the chest. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Noticing if you're distracted, if there's something on your mind, if you can let it go. This is a nice quick stretch just to get out of our heads and into our bodies, get our bodies moving, and find some space. Walk your hands towards the center, and then walk your hands towards your knees. Come up to a tabletop position. Bring your knees underneath the hips, the shoulders right over top of your wrist. Take a deep breath in. Bring your chest towards the front of the room. Bring your tailbone to the sky. Exhale, round forwards. Bring the belly button to the ceiling and look between your thighs. Good. Do this a few more times. Inhale, chest forward, tailbone up. Exhale, round belly button to the ceiling. Hopefully feeling like we're gaining a bit more space in the spine, finding a bit of a decompression through each vertebrae. Really pressing all 10 fingertips into the ground. And really letting that head go. So don't be afraid to tuck the chin, let the back of the neck lengthen out. Good, come back to center. We're gonna tuck the toes underneath us, come into a downward dog. Hips to the sky, heels towards the ground, chest forward, melting down. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. We feel this into the back of the legs. In our hamstrings, maybe where it connects to the glutes. The more we try to reach the heels to the ground, the more we feel this in our calf muscles. Maybe you want to bend into one knee and then the other to get a deeper stretch on one side. Go nice and slow, there's no set pace here. Good, soften through the chest. Release the tension from your jaws. Notice if you're clenching your teeth or furrowing those eyebrows. The muscles in the face can relax here. Awesome work. Bring your knees back down towards the ground. Whew. Sit onto your heels. So walk your hands towards your knees, and from here we get a really nice, but also maybe really deep foot stretch. We feel this in the bottoms of our feet. Hug your right shoulder in towards your chest as you find a shoulder stretch and a foot stretch. Deep breath in, slide the shoulder blades down, side out. Release, and let's do the same thing with the other arm. Hug your left arm in with your right arm, slide the shoulder blades down, crown your head to the sky. Almost done with this foot stretch. I know it feels like a lot right now. We're almost there. We do so much on our feet, they do so much for us. Let's give them a little bit of TLC here. Release that arm. Again, shake out your hands if you need. Bring your hands towards the ground. Take your toes off the ground. Just give them a little crunch or a little circle with those ankles, or maybe an even little tap with the feet to release the tension there. And then sit back onto your heels. You can relax the foot. We're gonna come into a lunge. Bring your right leg forward, lunging that back leg behind. We want the right knee to be right over top of your right ankle, and then stack the shoulders right over top of your hips. I know sometimes we feel like we want to lean forward right away, but to get the deepest hip flexor stretch here, we want to see if we can keep our shoulders right over top of our hips, or if you still want more, you can lift your chest to the sky and almost slightly lean back without hurting the back of the neck. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Notice that the tailbone is melting down towards the ground and it's not tucking back behind you. Good, navel in, ribcage relaxed. Bring your hands towards the ground. Flex your front foot, stretch your front knee, and then this is our hamstring stretch. See if you can refrain from tucking your chin a lot towards the ground. We want to reach the crown of your head forwards towards the wall in front of you. And see if you can bring your chest towards your toes. So we feel this through the back of the legs. See if you can relax through the hips. Try not to lift one leg or hip up more than the other. From your swivel to your side, you're going to keep that same right leg out. So you're going to swivel to your left and extend that right leg out for an inner thigh stretch. Plant your palms towards the ground and then walk your right leg as far away from you as it is comfortable for you to feel a stretch within your right inner thigh and a little bit into that groin region. Some of us might be able to come down onto our forearms. Awesome for you if you can, but that's not a requirement for a deep stretch. We're not looking for the same shape, so my inner thigh stretch might look different from yours. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and then carefully walk that right leg back in. Bring it underneath you, sit onto your heels for a moment. And then again, I always like to take a moment to just to see what that few minutes already did for that one side of our leg. Let's do the other side. So swivel around. Step your left leg in front. Find that lunge, hip flexor stretch. The front knee is over top of our front ankle. So just be mindful we don't have the leg too close, and now we have sort of this scrunch into the knee or ankle joint. Just step that leg far out. And our hip flexors can get so tight from being seated a lot if you have a desk job or if you drive a lot. So this one's a lovely one to either start or end our day off with. Notice if you're holding tension within your shoulders or your jaws here. Notice if you're trying really hard to balance. So if you've got something close by, like for me, I've got my wall or my windowsill. If you want to, go ahead and touch something for a bit of support and balance. You don't have to worry about your balance here. If it's distracting you or if it's taking too much attention away from your stretch, let's do something to help ourselves here. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands to the ground, stretch your front leg, flex your front foot, hinge forward, chest towards your big toes. We have our hamstring stretch on this leg. Again, relax into those hips. You want the right side and the left side of your hips to be level. And we want to continue to peel the toes towards your face and continue to find that flex. And then keeping the neck and the spine long, crown of your head reaching forward, take a deep breath in. Side out as you turn to face the right, left leg still extended. Walk that left leg out, inner thigh stretch. Then plant your palms. If you want to, you can go ahead and lower to your forearms, but you don't have to. And we breathe. This one for me is quite intense, but that also tells me that I need it. So we're gonna hold here together and we're gonna take a couple of deep breaths. Every time you sigh out, imagine more tension slipping away from your body. Imagine more space coming into your body. One more deep breath in. Side out and then walk the legs back in. Bring your feet underneath you, sit up tall, hands on your thighs. Feels good, feels good. We're gonna sit down onto our hips. We're gonna come and find a butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. From here, hinge at the hips and just send your chest forward. Here you can round the shoulders, you can tuck the chin, you can drop your head forwards. So this one is a really great one for not only the hips and the groin region, but really great for your low back as well. So see if you can really just round through the upper back, almost like you're closing your shoulders around your cheeks here, and just let the head drop like a rag doll. And you can give yourself a wiggle side to side or a little shake of your head side to side, just to know that we're not tensing up through the shoulders or the back of the neck. Don't worry about how low you are to the floor or to your legs. When we stretch, it's not about what it looks like, it's about what it feels like. So if you're feeling that stretch, either in the hips, in your inner thighs, in your low back, or maybe even through the neck, then you're good. Let's just stay here. Let's not worry about the looks and just feel good. Work on making ourselves feel good. We want to walk out of this class feeling like we've opened up our bodies. We found some space and we got a little bit of movement in. Take a deep breath in, side out, roll it up. Nice, crisscross the legs. Interlace your fingers one more time, roll out your wrists, and let's finish off with a forearm stretch. Take your right hand forward like a stop sign, bring your left hand to the palm of the right hand, not the fingertips, and just gently draw that palm back. You're gonna feel the stretch of the lower forearm here. Take a deep breath in, and then side out, shoulders away from the ears. Release. Flip that palm down, so now the palm is facing towards your body. Grab hold of the palm again and bring it closer towards your body. Now you get an upper forearm stretch. Great one for if you work at the desk and the keyboard and use the mouse a lot. Take one deep breath in,
Side out, soften the shoulders, shake it out. Same thing, other side. A little stop sign, little pull. Try not to hyperextend your elbows if you have that ability in your body to hyperextend your joints. So we want to make sure that the arm is long, but not fully locked. Side out. And then flip the hand in the palm. One more time, little pull. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Extend the elbows, open up the chest, lift the gaze, take a deep breath in, open up the chest, and side out. Interlace the fingers in front of your body. Palms forward, hollow out the chest, bring your belly button behind you, tuck the chin, and this opens up our shoulder blades. Sway your arms side to side. Nice open back. And coming back to center, releasing your hands back to your thighs, rolling up, sitting up nice and tall. That was your quick stretch. Hopefully you feel great. Drink lots of water and take care.